Pois é, não é fácil viver sob o mesmo telhado, partilhar as mesmas escadas, o mesmo elevador, com pessoas que têm formas de ser e de viver tão diferentes. Sempre que saímos das nossas quatro paredes, utilizamos espaços que outros também utilizam, as chamadas partes comuns. Não somos donos desses espaços, mas dependemos deles e gostamos de os encontrar em condições. E não admitimos que os utilizem de forma abusiva ou destruidora, que impeça ou diminua o direito de todos os usarem. Tem de haver regras. Afastemo-nos um pouco. As fronteiras são apenas linhas imaginárias que não conseguem guardar só para nós o ar limpo produzido pelas nossas florestas, nem impedir que o ar poluído produzido noutros países invada o nosso espaço aéreo. O mesmo se passa com a água. A água percorre todo o planeta através das nuvens, do sol, das correntes, pelos rios, lagos, oceanos. Ninguém a consegue conter no seu país. De igual forma, também os animais e as plantas, ou melhor, todas as formas de vida do planeta e os serviços essenciais que elas prestam, não conseguem ser divididos por qualquer fronteira. Portanto, a atmosfera, hidrosfera e biodiversidade são partes comuns do planeta. Não só porque ultrapassam todas as fronteiras, mas também porque todos dependemos delas para viver e todos as podemos afetar de forma positiva ou negativa. E são esses impactos negativos que estão a prejudicar o sistema de funcionamento do nosso planeta. Um sistema vivo e complexo a que muitos chamam de Gaia. A solução passa por reduzirmos as emissões e investirmos na recuperação de florestas e outros ecossistemas. Isto é algo que beneficia ao mesmo tempo a atmosfera, a hidrosfera e a biodiversidade. Mas se partilhamos todas as partes comuns do planeta, como garantir a sua manutenção global? Se os vizinhos se organizam para gerir as partes comuns do seu prédio, parece-me então que falta organizar a vizinhança global da Terra. No planeta, cada pessoa tem direito a uma cota igual de uso destas partes comuns. O uso em excesso por parte de um único cidadão ou país prejudica sempre todos os outros, da mesma forma que quem cuida das partes comuns está a contribuir para o bem de todos. Se todos temos uma cota igual e usos tão diferentes, tem de haver regras. Quem cuida deve ser compensado por quem maltrata, de forma a reduzir ou anular o impacto negativo. Desta forma, cada país vai automaticamente tentar minimizar o seu impacto e, por outro lado, maximizar a preservação dos seus ecossistemas. Falamos de uma nova contabilidade, a contabilidade ambiental. Neste momento, as árvores só têm valor económico quando são transformadas em madeira. No entanto, elas são muito mais valiosas enquanto vivas. A regulação do clima e do ciclo da água, o alimento e abrigo que fornecem a animais e plantas, o ar que reciclam e por aí fora, são os serviços que mais precisamos agora e que mais vamos precisar no futuro. Os serviços fornecidos pelas florestas e por todos os ecossistemas têm um valor que deve ser contabilizado na nossa economia. O facto de não o termos feito ainda foi o que permitiu a destruição de 80% das florestas originais do planeta. Atribuir um valor económico aos serviços vitais prestados pelos ecossistemas é a melhor forma de garantir a manutenção das partes comuns das quais nós e a nossa economia dependem. Assim, se partilhamos todos a mesma atmosfera, a mesma hidrosfera e a mesma biodiversidade, estamos a falar, tal como no caso dos vizinhos no prédio, de um condomínio. Ou seja, temos de organizar o condomínio da Terra. A solução é possível. Assina a declaração online e fique atento ao compromisso de Gaia. A 4 e 5 de julho de 2009, venha organizar a vizinhança global.
189 world leaders. 8 goals for humanity. In 2000, the international community vowed to make the world a better place. To end extreme poverty. To end hunger. To end inequality. Under the Global Partnership for Development, we have made progress. Governments from the developed and developing worlds, supported by the UN system, by civil society and other partners, have taken action. We've begun to reduce the deadly impact of AIDS, malaria and other diseases. 30-year-old Anne-Rose Toussaint is at a health center in Haiti that tests 150 patients for AIDS every day.
My husband also did the test. Both tests were negative.
We have advanced environmental sustainability by helping farmers build cisterns and dams to collect rainwater in places like Jordan's arid south, where every drop of water is precious.
Building the cistern really has made a difference, and now the olive trees get enough water. I think it really has saved us.
Climate change is making water increasingly scarce everywhere. But the target to cut in half the number of people without safe drinking water is within reach. And now more children are going to primary school than ever before, especially in countries where school fees have been abolished.
Education is very important. And the reason is that through education, you can reach any goal you aim for.
We are also improving maternal health. In Mongolia, Opsi Dago is about to give birth to her second child.
I'm 9 months pregnant. I'll give birth any time now.
With more and more rural nurses to check up on her, the birth of her baby is no longer life-threatening. If we act and provide all women with access to health care, most maternal deaths could be prevented. In China, industrialization has lifted millions out of poverty. After working for others, Luo Chang'an and her husband saved enough money to start their own small company. In many places, we see more and more women in paid jobs, more girls in school, and more women in power.
One day, hopefully become a president of this country. Yes!
But more than halfway to the target date of 2015, we are not on track. The gaps are wide, the obstacles steep. 500,000 women continue to die each year from complications of pregnancy and childbirth. 75 million children still do not attend primary school.
I dropped out because I didn't have a school uniform. My mother wanted me to work to make some money so that hopefully one day we can afford the uniform again.
If current trends continue, 2.5 billion people will be without basic sanitation in 2015. 1.4 billion will live in extreme poverty. Rising food and energy prices and the global credit crisis may make things even worse. Citizens are demanding action. Last year, 43 million stood up against poverty, part of a growing global movement. World leaders made the promise. Now it's time for us to deliver. Together, we can make it happen.
Hello, I'm Severin Suzuki speaking for ECHO, the Environmental Children's Organization. We're a group of 12 and 13-year-olds trying to make a difference. Vanessa Seti, Morgan Geisler, Michelle Quigg, and me. We've raised all the money to come here ourselves, to come 5,000 miles to tell you adults you must change your ways. Coming up here today, I have no hidden agenda. I am fighting for my future. Losing my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am here to speak for all generations to come. I am here to speak on behalf of the starving children around the world whose cries go unheard. I am here to speak for the countless animals dying across this planet because they have nowhere left to go. I am afraid to go out in the sun now because of the holes in our ozone. I am afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it. I used to go fishing in Vancouver, my home, with my dad, until just a few years ago we found the fish full of cancers. And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct, every day vanishing forever. In my life, I have dreamt of seeing the great herds of wild animals, jungles and rainforests full of birds and butterflies. But now I wonder if they will even exist for my children to see. Did you have to worry of these things when you were my age? All this is happening before our eyes, and yet we act as if we have all the time we want and all the solutions. I'm only a child, and I don't have all the solutions. But I want you to realize, neither do you. You don't know how to fix the holes in our ozone layer. You don't know how to bring the salmon back up a dead stream. You don't know how to bring back an animal now extinct. And you can't bring back the forest that once grew where there is now a desert. If you don't know how to fix it, please stop breaking it. Here, you may be delegates of your government, business people, organizers, reporters, or politicians, but really, your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, and all of you are someone's child. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all part of a family, 5 billion strong, in fact 30 million species strong. And borders and governments will never change that. I'm only a child, yet I know we are all in this together and should act as one single world towards one single goal. In my anger, I am not blind, and in my fear, I am not afraid of telling the world how I feel. In my country, we make so much waste. We buy and throw away, and yet northern countries will not share with the needy. Even when we have more than enough, we are afraid to share. We are afraid to let go of some of our wealth. In Canada, we live the privileged life, with plenty of food, water, and shelter. We have watches, bicycles, computers, and television sets. The list could go on for 2 days. 2 days ago, here in Brazil, we were shocked when we spent time with some children living on the streets. This is what one child told us. I wish I was rich. And if I were, I would give all the street children food, clothes, medicines, shelter, and love and affection. If a child on the streets who has nothing is willing to share, why are we who have everything still so greedy? I can't stop thinking that these are children my own age, that it makes a tremendous difference where you are born. That I could be one of those children living in the favelas in Rio. I could be a child starving in Somalia, or a victim of war in the Middle East, or a beggar in India. I am only a child, yet I know if all the money spent on war was spent on finding environmental answers, ending poverty, and finding treaties, what a wonderful place this earth would be. At school, even in kindergarten, you teach us how to behave in the world. You teach us not to fight with others, to work things out, to respect others, to clean up our mess, not to hurt other creatures, to share, not be greedy. Then why do you go out and do the things you tell us not to do? Do not forget why you are attending these conferences, who you're doing this for. We are your own children. You are deciding what kind of world we are growing up in. Parents should be able to comfort their children by saying, everything's going to be all right. It's not the end of the world, and we're doing the best we can. But I don't think you can say that to us anymore. Are we even on your list of priorities? My dad always says, you are what you do, not what you say. Well, what you do makes me cry at night. You grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you, please, make your actions reflect your words. Thank you.
Which doll is the black doll? And which one is the white doll?
That one.
Which doll is the pretty doll? Which doll is the nice doll? Which doll is the bad doll? Which doll is the nice doll? And which doll is the bad doll? And why is that doll pretty?
Because she's white and she has 2 eyes.
Which doll is the ugly doll? Why is that doll ugly?
Because he's black.
Which doll looks most like you?
Me?
Yeah, which one looks like you?
And that one.
Okay.
That doll.